Hello viewers, welcome back. In our previous session, we have discussed about how to create a database by extending subclass for the SQLite Open Helper class. In this session, we will see how to insert the data into the database and what is content values, how does it helpful to insert the values into the database. Now the steps involved here is the class whatever we have created, that is DB helper, and we'll create a new method to insert the values into the database by calling getWriteableDatabase method, where we'll use this method to insert the data into the database. To insert the data into a set of values to the database, we will use content values class. So through this class, we are going to set or we are going to pass the set of values to the database in a single click. So, and we'll use put methods to insert the data to the database, and we'll take from which column and what is the data you're taking and inserting into the database table. Now finally, so we'll see how whether it is really working or not properly when you click on a save button. Now just go back to our project which we have already created. In this, just go to your DB helper class, and after on upgrade method closing, body closing, so create a method that is insert values. So I'm going to take the public type, and the return type is like boolean, like true or false, whether the data has been inserted or not. The method I am taking that as insert values. So what is the value it is inserting? Basically two values. What is name comma email ID? This is what exactly it is storing. What is the type of these? The string type. So string name and email. And open your method body. There should be a return statement for this. So here the return is going to be either true or false. So now we'll see how does it works. Let's make it true for now. And when the user call this insert values method, I'm just going to create one thing. So just get the SQLite database, which is helpful for us. Means we have used a class called SQLite Open Helper to create and version management. Now I'm trying to insert the data into the database. So for that, our another class called SQLite database is going to play a crucial role. So now just take that, create a global variable for that, and from there you're going to add values to that. That is like SQLite database is equals to, you're inserting values. So which method will use get writable database method, and with semicolon, here which class is going to help us? Content values class is going to play. It's going to play a crucial role. So now you just type little more like content values and dot content. So content values CV or content values, whatever you prefer, you just go with that. And new content values, you're going to put the values with the help of this object put method. The first one is the string key. What is that key? Key name. First one is key name, comma what value you are passing. So this value, whatever it is. If it is n, you put n. If it is name, it should be name. Same way, cv dot put. Second key is nothing but your key email. Comma. So the value is email here, whatever you are passing, that is going to be stored. Now it will check the condition whether it is really stored or not. So this result, I'm going to take the type as long. The result, variable result is equal to, how you will know that? So I'll do one thing, instead of writing like this directly, just now you're trying to put these values into the database. So what will you help? This SQLite database class object is going to help us, because that has a lot of methods to insert, update, delete, all these. So now I'm trying to insert, right? Just take an object of that SQLite database dot insert. It's already there. And this insert method is going to take some parameters. What is that? Database table, which is already created. That is database table, comma, null column hack. I'm not at all handling any of this, just pass null, comma, the content values. Domains, CV. What is the content value object? CV. Just pass this, and with semicolon, So now, how can I check whether the data has been inserted or not? So that's why I'm storing all this into a long variable called result. Okay, now just simply I'll check the condition. If the result is equals to -1 means it is no data is there, you cannot save anything, right? Just simply it will return false, else it is going to return true. So either you can use else case or simply directly you can utilize return true is also works. So for keeping in mind the freshers, I'm writing in a separate body, else block I'm writing. So this is how we can get it. Now I have just get the logic to insert the data into the database. But actually from where I am trying to insert, from actual UI is there for me. So when the user click on the save button, it should, where it is that save data method inside your main activity. So now you just go back to your main activity. Inside that insert data method, you're going to add the values. Now how will you check that? Simple. So just with the help of DB helper, because that particular method is inside in the DB helper class. So already I have just created an object for that. I'm getting that object inside the DB helper. So now I can access any of the methods of your DB helper class. That's what I'm accessing. What is that method which I created? Insert values. So what is the first one? Name, and second one is email. From where you will get it? From this edit text. But I haven't loaded these two edit text in my activity. So just go back here. So name et, email et, these two edit text. So just load two of them. Edit text, simply name comma email. These two global variables I have created. Inside your onCreate method, you should load using find view by ID method. Name is equals to find view by ID r dot id dot the name. That is name underscore et is the ID of that particular edit text. The next edit text is email. The same I am going to get it. Use the find view by ID method. R dot id dot, that is email underscore et, email edit, and with semicolon. Now, so from where these two edit text you are getting? The first one is what? Name. So what is the name? So name dot get text. Whatever the value has been entered into this edit text is going to be saved here. The second one is email. So just take in variable or instance of edit text, email edit text dot get text dot toString, and with semicolon. Now this into this it has been stored. But how can I check whether it is inserted or not? That's why I'm going to store this into a boolean type. So boolean variable called is inserted. So now I'll just simply check the condition here whether this data has been inserted or not. Simple. Just again if else block. If is inserted, you are going to show some message to the user. Else you are going to show something to the user. When the data is inserted successfully, what will you show? Simple toast, I'm going to show data inserted. That's it. I don't say like data has been inserted successfully and all. Just toast dot make text. The first one is context, that is comma. Sorry, this comma. The character sequence is data inserted. You need not to type like data inserted successfully and all this. Just simply make it clean. The third one is the duration, how long you want to show. Length long I am taking. And the dot show method is going to show your toast. Just to save the time, I'm copying the same statement. Control V. Simply data not inserted. If the data is not inserted, it will show you data not inserted. Again, here, like when you click on a save data button, you do the validation of the empty edit text, which we already discussed in our previous sessions. So just if it is empty, you should say like please enter your name. If the email edit text is empty, you should say please enter your edit email. I'll simply put please enter your details. So now I'm done with all this. Just let me check, run your project. Let us see whether it is going to work or not. clear your logcat before you're going for this. Yeah, project has built successfully. Now I'm giving the name. I'm just taking that as GBR. The email ID is gbr@gmail.com. Now click on save button so that I'm click save. Data has been inserted successfully. Now the data is inserted. But when the user click on the save button, after inserting the data, these two fields has to be set clear, right? Just we already know we did in many projects. Same name dot set text empty and email object dot set text. That's all. Now once again run your project and see whether it is clearing after inserting the data or not. See, whenever on a click, when you are setting up to empty, please make sure that the edit text validation has to be taken care. That's why I was just explaining just now. I'm just going to put a value called Susan. So Susan @yahoo.co.in. Now click on save. Data inserted. This field has been cleared. So this is how we'll insert the data into the database with the help of your content values class with put method. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's catch up in the next session.